The sun had barely risen over the crowded streets of Cebu City, but the world was already awake. Jeepneys rumbled past, vendors shouted, and children ran barefoot through narrow alleys chasing dreams they didn't yet understand. Among them was a boy, Miguel Santos, 13 years old, wearing a faded white t-shirt and torn slippers. In his small hands, he carried a rusted toolbox, not a toy, but his lifeline. Every morning before school, Miguel walked from his family's tiny shack in the outskirts of Lahug to the city streets. Inside the box were screwdrivers, pliers, old wrenches, and a few rolls of electrical tape. He wasn't fixing cars for fun. He was trying to survive. Greater than, Sir, gusto neo po ipayos. Sir, do you want to get it fixed? His voice was small, polite, but carried an odd strength, a quiet dignity. Most people brushed him off. Some smiled with pity. Others didn't even see him. Sunrise the morning struggle. The air smelled of oil and dust. Sweat dripped from his forehead as he tightened a loose bolt on a tricycle for an old man named Mang Lando, who always paid him a few coins extra. Greater than, Salamat, Miguel, the man said. You remind me of my son. Keep working hard, ha. Miguel smiled faintly. Opo, Mang Lando. Thank you. He pocketed the 20 pesos and looked at it, enough for a small meal later. He wiped his hands on his shorts and walked toward the nearby market, where his mother used to sell vegetables before she got sick. His mother, Rosa, once had the most beautiful voice in the barrio. She used to sing old Tagalog love songs while cooking or washing clothes. Miguel remembered sitting by her feet, humming along. Now, the melody lived only in his memory, faint, like a candle flickering in the wind. Derelict house, the home that hummed with hope. By noon, Miguel returned home. The house was nothing more than wood, rusted tin, and hope. Inside lay his younger sister, Anna, coughing softly, wrapped in a thin blanket. Their mother, weak but smiling, sat beside her. Greater than, Miguel, Anak, did you eat? Not yet, Ma. Later. I fixed 2 tricycles today. You should eat first before working more. You're too thin already. It's okay, Ma. I'll eat with Anna later. He placed the coins he'd earned on the small wooden table beside her medicine. Their mother's eyes watered. Greater than, you're too young for this, Anak, she whispered. One day, I'll sing like you, Ma, Miguel said softly. Then I'll buy you a new house. With real walls. Rosa smiled weakly, tears rolling down her cheeks. Greater than, your voice, just like your papa's. Don't ever hide it, ha. He looked down shyly. Singing wasn't something he did often in public. Not since his father died, a fisherman lost in a storm 3 years ago. That night had changed everything. High voltage flashback, the night of the storm. Miguel still remembered the sound of the rain, furious, relentless. His father, Tomas, had promised to be home before dark, but the waves had other plans. The storm swallowed the small fishing boat whole. Miguel was only 10, holding his mother's hand at the shoreline, watching as men searched the dark waters. No one came back. Since that night, the laughter in their home vanished. Only music could fill the silence, the same lullabies Rosa used to sing, now sung by Miguel quietly at night to help Anna sleep. Crescent moon, the street performer's dream. After tending to his mother, Miguel sat outside on a wooden crate. The streets buzzed with life, the chatter of vendors, the hum of jeepneys, the bark of dogs. He pulled out a small, old radio someone had thrown away. It barely worked, but once in a while, it played songs from America's Got Talent. Miguel didn't understand everything they said, but he understood the feeling. The audience's cheers, the golden confetti, the faces of people who believed in something. He dreamed of being there someday, on that big stage, singing not just for himself, but for his mother and sister. But then reality hit him like a punch in the chest. How could a poor boy who sold tools in the streets of Cebu ever reach America? Still, every night, he sang quietly behind the house, to the stars, to the memory of his father, to the dreams he couldn't speak aloud. Greater than, you raise me up, so I can stand on mountains. His voice trembled, pure and angelic. Neighbors would pause, listening through the walls, whispering, that boy has a gift from heaven. Heartbreak, a hard day. The next morning, Miguel found his mother struggling to breathe. Her cough had worsened. He ran for help, but the local clinic couldn't do much without money. He held her hand all night, humming the song she used to sing. Greater than, Kung Ako'y Iwan Mo, Sinta. Tears soaked his cheeks. He was scared, not of losing her, but of being left alone with Anna in a world that didn't care. The next day, she whispered something faintly before closing her eyes. Greater than, sing, Anik. The world needs your voice. That was her last breath. Cloud with rain the lonely days. The next few weeks were a blur. Miguel buried his mother in the small churchyard with help from neighbors. He worked harder than ever, fixing more tricycles, carrying heavier tools, trying to keep food on the table for Anna. But grief had a sound, silence. And in that silence, his mother's words echoed, "The world needs your voice." He began singing again, this time not in secret. At night, in the street corner near the market, he sang softly while fixing tires. People stopped. Some recorded him. A vendor even gave him free rice sometimes, saying, "Greater than, you sing like an angel, Hio. You'll go far someday." He smiled, not believing it. Globe a stranger's gift. One rainy afternoon, while singing, "You Raise Me Up," under a broken umbrella, a foreign tourist stopped nearby. The man, tall, kind-eyed, holding a camera, listened in awe. When Miguel finished, the man clapped slowly. Greater than, that was incredible. What's your name, kid? Miguel, sir. You ever thought of singing on a big stage? No, sir. I just sing for my mama and my sister. The tourist smiled warmly and recorded a short video on his phone. Greater than, mind if I post this? I think people need to hear your voice. Miguel shrugged. Okay, sir.